This is just unbelievable. And it's a story that we've been talking about for the better part of 2 years. The media, 13 days ago, finally picking up on the fact that clearly there's something going on with Joe Biden. The debate happening 13 days ago. This is where we are today. How do you think this plays out?
Yeah. Well, Rob, America doesn't know what to think. Obviously, the White House has been lying to us. But 8 times this neurologist, and not just a neurologist who specializes in Parkinson's, has been to the White House. I don't know many neurologists, let alone subspecialists, that make house calls like that unless it's a very important person. Why is the White House hidden this from us? Look, we all know that the emperor has no clothes, that Joe Biden is cognitively impaired. How it plays out, I don't know, because the Democrats don't have a bench. Anybody that they're thinking about running is actually left of Joe Biden. They are radical big government progressives, that they believe in open borders, that they believe in this concept of taxing, borrowing money, spending money, which is going to fuel inflation. And that's why all of them, whether it's Kamala Harris or Newsom, poll worse than Joe Biden does. So the Democrats are in free fall. How it plays out, they don't even know.
Yeah, it's been remarkable to watch this play out over the last 2 weeks. They had a board-certified neurologist on NBC yesterday, and what he said, absolutely devastating to the White House. Take a listen.
Plus the rigidity, monotone voice.
Wait, go back to that, the rigidity. What do you mean?
Rigidity, lots of arm swing, standing up lordically. You notice when he turns, it's kind of end block turning. It's not a quick turn. So that's one of the hallmarks of Parkinson's is rigidity and bradykinesia, slow movement. And he has that hallmark, especially with the low voice that said was a cold hypophonia. A small monotone voice like this over time is a hallmark of Parkinsonism. I could have diagnosed him from across the mall.
Isn't that amazing? Something tells me they're not going to book him again on NBC. Senator, you practiced medicine for more than 25 years. We had a doctor on yesterday that is talking about things like Lewy body dementia, Parkinsonian dementia, Alzheimer's. I know that you have not treated Joe Biden, but what are you seeing based on being a physician?
Yeah, for the last 2 years, the doctor members of Congress have had this conversation behind closed doors. And again, I haven't seen him, that at the top of our differential diagnosis for Joe Biden is Parkinson's. I would add just the way he walks now compared to last year. Most people walk their heel hits first and their toe. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. But now his toes are hitting first. He doesn't swing his arms. He does have bradykinesia. And there's many different types of Parkinson's. Some of them do have a cognitive impact and others not so much. The Lewy bodies is the one of a bigger concern. Look, the White House needs to be more honest. If they haven't done CAT scans and PET scans and MRIs and dopamine scans, well, they should. America has a right, just like if the president of the United States had a heart attack a month ago when he's up for re-election, we would want to know some of the results of his latest heart catheterization, his cardiac output. America deserves to know. They're hiding this from us because they're stuck. They're stuck between a rock and hard place. They have nowhere to go.
Senator, if Joe Biden knows, and Kamala knows, and Joe Biden's doctors know, and the White House staff knows, is this bigger than Watergate?
Absolutely. It is always the cover-up. And I'm not sure President Biden knows. Go watch the movie Truman, where they're able to keep the person in a box, in a bubble for their whole life. I think the president honestly thinks the border is secure, that the economy is great. That's what his aides keep telling him. And he doesn't have the cognitive wherewithal to know the difference. But you're absolutely right that if he does resign, then all these people have been lying to us. And if he doesn't resign, remember, we're going to end up with Kamala one way or the other if you vote for the Democrat ticket this November. At the end of the day, America is rejecting these progressive policies. And remember, Joe Biden wasn't a radical left politician until he got elected and the Obama machine took over the White House. They will even go left of center of that. They're promising to raise your taxes. Have you ever heard any of these folks say that they're going to secure the border? It's the policy along with this cognitive challenges that Joe Biden faces.
Senator, we've known each other for a while now. You've been in studio on several occasions. I've known you to be a fairly measured, pragmatic man. Does this upset you? Are you upset by what you're seeing out of this White House?
It is, and the reason is our national security is being threatened. We don't have the person there controlling the right levers. Here we are, NATO is in the United States celebrating a 75th anniversary, something like that. And then when I talk to these folks from NATO, the first thing they ask me is, what was your president thinking when we left Afghanistan? That Ukraine would have never happened if it wasn't for our debacle, the way we left Afghanistan. And then here's the president of the United States saying, you know what, this really upsets me. On national debate stage says he's lost no American lives.
Right.
How do you think that the families of the 13 Marines we lost, the 3 folks that we lost in Jordan, military folks, my son is serving overseas right now. Joe Biden doesn't even think he lost anybody. He believes that. He's not purposely lying. He's really just incompetent.
Well, Senator, you know, if you've got
time.
dementia or Alzheimer's or something like that, then that reality, that your perception in that moment is reality. He probably truly believes that. And that's part of the problem that nobody's talking about. Just quickly. So we always, for the last 4 years, we've been talking about, geez, Joe Biden goes to Rehoboth Beach and Wilmington all the time, right? He's going to Rehoboth Beach on his presidency is in crisis, and he's going to Rehoboth Beach on Friday. There are no visitor logs in Rehoboth Beach. So if this doctor, Kennard, this Parkinson's neurological specialist is going there, we would have no idea. So he's been to the White House 8 times that we know about, according to the New York Times. He very well could be visiting the president at home, and that could be part of the reason that Joe Biden constantly goes to both Wilmington and his home in Rehoboth Beach. Do you think there might be more to that?
But that certainly, I don't know. Is he on medicines? Do they need to adjust the medicines? Treating Parkinson's is very, very challenging. It would not be out of line to see your doctor once a month, that things are changing that quickly. And I just can't help but go back to the primary care doctor there at the White House. He's implicated as being an investor or recipient of the funds in the Hunter Biden schemes as well. Wow, what a conflict of interest, and haven't they revealed that to America as well? Listen, the plot keeps getting thicker. The Democrats have formed a circular firing squad up here at the Capitol. It's been interesting to watch, and it's important that Republicans just stay out of the way, let them keep firing each other, keep our heads down. Let's get Donald Trump reelected. Let's get a Senate majority. Let's do what we can do.
Senator, great to have you on this morning. We appreciate the analysis. So important right now to hear from you. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
All right.